Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prep for the week, so that means cutting all my vegetables and making things that take a little bit longer. Today I'm just cutting some vegetables, but other weeks I'll do some soups, stews, stocks, sauces, that kind of thing. So I'm going to start by cutting up some onions, and I'll be going over the meal plan with you. So for lunch today, as I usually do on Sunday, I'm going to have some sandwiches. I'm diabetic, I had to cut some carbs, so I don't usually have carbs for lunch, just for dinner. But on the weekends, I have my cheat days, so I do like sausage. I do like sandwiches, not sausages, though I do like sausages too. But yeah, I like sandwiches, so I have those on the weekend. And then I'm just dicing up 2 of these red onions, and I'll slice up 2 more. So for dinner tonight, I'm going to do some sauerkraut, and I'm going to saute that with some bacon, some onion. That's one of the things I need diced onion for, garlic, chilies, peppers. And I'll have that with some potatoes. I just bought some of these small tomato chunks that are already seasoned. And I'll have that with some ham that I'm going to roast tonight. And then we're on Monday. I do meatless Mondays. For lunch, I'm going to do some hummus with some crudités. I'm using some store-bought hummus. Just for a single portion, it's usually not worth making myself because I always make way too much. So, with that, I'll have carrots, I'll have cucumber, I'll have peppers in different colors. So, eat the rainbow. If you've seen my video that I posted Friday of everything I eat in a day, you'll have seen that I like incorporating a lot of color in my meals. That makes me eat a lot more vegetables. So these 2 onions I'll just slice up. Then Monday for dinner, a few weeks ago I bought some dal curry. So it's just ready-made. I'll have that with some probably some rice, though I could go for oat rice or something. Or I could go with naan, we'll see. But I've planned rice to go with that. And that will just be an easy meatless Monday meal. I don't use a lot of prepared foods, but sometimes it's nice to have. Then we're on Tuesday. For lunch, I'm going to do some lettuce wraps. So I have some little gem. I'll just take the leaves off, and I'm going to have that with the leftovers from the ham I'm going to use tonight. Then let me cut up some spring onions. I'll just use them for garnish mainly. So I'll cut them at a nice angle, nice and fine. For dinner on Tuesday, I'm going to have some tacos because I do Taco Tuesday. Well, not tacos, it's going to be quesadillas, but that's close enough for me. And I'll have that with some chicken, lots of veggies like the onions, garlic, chilies, peppers, some cheese, obviously chicken, and some salsa to go with that. And I'll have some of the cilantro I'm going to chop in a bit with that as well, just for garnish really, or these spring onions. Next, I'll just cut up some garlic that I'll use for a few things, like my quesadillas and my sauerkraut. We were on Wednesday for lunch. I'm going to do a low-carb stir-fry with chicken. So instead of something like rice or noodles, I have some broccoli stems. They're perfect for that. They add that bulk. And I'll have that with chicken, obviously, and lots of veggies. Same suspects. So garlic, onion, cucumber, not cucumber, pepper, chilies. I don't know why I said cucumber there. That doesn't go in a stir fry. And I'll flavor that with like curry powder. And for dinner on the Wednesday, I'm gonna do some chicken wraps, because from my quesadillas, I'll have some tortillas left over. So I'm gonna use those tortillas with some of the lettuce, because I mostly need the outer leaves for my lettuce wraps, because those are the biggest. So the inner leaves I'll just chop up. I'll have with my chicken wraps. I'll have some sour cream with that, some sauteed peppers and onions, and some sliced cucumber. So that'll be delicious. Then for Thursday, for lunch, I'm gonna do some lettuce wraps with chicken and some veggies. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do a rice bowl, because I'll have some salsa left over. So I'll do lime cilantro rice with chicken, salsa, sauteed vegetables, and the rice will be lime cilantro rice, because that's what I've been really into. That's usually how I have my rice, if I have anything like Mexican inspired. So, and then we're on Friday. I do fish Fridays. For lunch, I'm gonna have a low carb stir fry with some salmon. So it's very similar to the one earlier in the week with chicken. Same vegetables, broccoli stems, etc. But with salmon instead. And then for dinner, I'll do a poke bowl. So rice, all kinds of pickled vegetables. I'll basically use whatever vegetables I have left from the week. That's a good way to use them up. So we'll just see. And I have some poke sauce that I can use with that. I'll probably do salmon. So let's see. We have a bunch of peppers. So I need some diced, some sliced. I'm just going to cut these cheeks off and get as much off as possible, leaving just the seeds. So for things like my chicken wraps, I want some bigger pieces, so I'll slice that. And for things like my sauerkraut, I want diced, because I want that to be smaller. So I'll just cut lengthwise and then across. So that's the red one, and I'll repeat the process with this green bell pepper. And then I have this other pepper. It's a sweet pepper. It's just pointy shaped. It's not a chili, it's not spicy. I'll just take the seeds out of that one. And then I have a bunch of snack peppers that I'll show in a moment, but I'll use those for my crudités. But since I don't have green with those, I just have red, orange, and yellow. Some of this I'll cut in sticks for my hummus, and the rest I'll just dice for all the other things. Same as the bell peppers. And the reason I'm doing some slices, some dices, is because on my wrap I like having them bigger when I saute them on high heat. I want them bigger so they don't burn that quick. But with things like my quesadillas, it's a lot easier to get them in the quesadilla if they're smaller than to bite into it after that. So, you know, you don't want a big chunk of pepper. So, different shapes for different things. Then here I have those snack peppers. Again, I'll just cut them in half, take the seeds out. And I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it's absolutely chucking it down right now. But we're inside, so it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, just cut that into sticks for my hummus. There we go. So those were all sweet peppers, and these look very similar, but these are not sweet peppers, these are jalapenos. So I'll just cut those in half and take the seeds out. And then these I'll just slice up. And then I also have two just cayenne. I'm not gonna bother taking the seeds out. The reason I took the seeds out of the jalapeno is because there's a lot more pith and seed in there. These cayenne don't bother me because I don't really care about the heat. It's just all the pith and the seeds that I'd want to get rid of. So I'll just slice these up. Next up, I have some carrots. So I want to cut some into sticks to go with my crudités. So I'll just cut them in some nice manageable length and cut them down so these are the perfect size to dip in my hummus. And by the way, I always forget to mention this, but when I post the Sunday Prep Day videos, I also post on Instagram a list with all the ingredients they'll be using, my meal plan written out, etc., together with the picture of the before and after of the prep. I specified 1 carrot for or 2 carrots for the crudités, but I'm using these large carrots, so I'm doing 1. And then I want 1 more for things like my stir fries. I'll cut a few more sticks for my crudités, and then these, so 3/4, I'll just slice nice and fine, and that will be for my low-carb stir fries. And when I look at the volume, I don't need this one. I thought I might, but I think I have enough here. So next up, we'll do some cucumber. Again, cut about the same size as my carrot sticks. I'm going to cut around the core because I don't want that core for dipping. I'll have that as a snack. And then the bits I cut off, I'll cut into the right size for sticks, so about this big. I'll save this one. I'll use that in a moment. And I'll use this cucumber to do exactly the same thing. So that is for my hummus. Then these bits I have left over, I'm just going to slice up for my sandwiches in a little bit when I have my lunch. I also need some slices later in the week to go with my chicken wraps, but if I got them now, most of these veggies, they'll be fine until the end of the week, but cucumbers tend to dry out. So I'm not going to prep those. I'll just quickly slice those on, was it Wednesday or Thursday that I'm going to have them? So, but these are just for my sandwiches for lunch, which I'll be having after I finish this video. Then I have some broccoli stems that I saved from previous weeks. I'll cut them in half, and I'm going to use everything except for this last little bit at the bottom here because that is super dry. You can absolutely grate this. I don't care enough to go all the way that fine. I'll just cut them into a nice fine dice, which is more than fine enough for me. If you look at like the effort to how good it is ratio, this is perfect for me. Low effort, still good. So that very end bit can just go, and that will be for my low carb stir fry, and I'll just repeat that for the other stem and a half. There we go. And then last for chopping, I have some cilantro, so I'm just going to cut off the leafy parts, save the stems for things like not like broccoli rice, like curry paste. And this I'll first give a rough chop, and then I'll just keep running my knife through. And this is for my lime cilantro rice. And that's all the chopping done. We're at 27 minutes. But now I can have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes by just prepping less than 30 minutes on a Sunday. So that all works for me. So if you like this kind of content, I do this every single Sunday. And if you'd like to see what I ultimately make with all of this, about once a month I post a video on here where I show you everything I eat in a day. And I post them on Friday, and you'll see me prepare all the meals, etc. with the things that I've prepped. You can also check out my Instagram where I post every single meal. And yeah, if that all sounds good to you, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.